Whoa, aspect ratio change. That's weird. I wonder why. Anyways, I got both the TV and the 2600 set up. Now it's time to play some games. As you can see, this is the Harmony Flash cartridge menu. I have over 45 pages of games here, all of them released in the US of A. And we're going to play a select few that I feel like would be interesting to talk about and are not too far out of my comfort zone. Alright, so let me get this game out of the way first. This right here is Breakout for the Atari 2600. Why am I covering it first? Well, in part 1 I said that my pedals had issues, and as you can tell, they are not working right. And yes, I did clean them. That's why one of the pedals doesn't have a knob on it. I do have the knob still, if you're wondering. Indy 500. Now this game and a few other Atari games are notable for that they have multiple game modes inside one cartridge. This is the first game mode that you're seeing right now. And let me tell you, using the driving controller is a very strange experience in comparison to modern controllers of today. It's not bad though. Centipede with a rather intriguing intro. Nice. Anyway, here's the game. The goal here is to shoot all pieces of the centipede until they are all gone while avoiding spiders. That's the gist of the game, as far as I'm aware. There's probably more to it than that, but, well, it's Atari, so you don't have to think that hard. And here's Millipede, which is basically the same thing, with some slight differences. And by differences, I mean graphical differences. The games pretty much play the same. I have nothing else to add here. Asteroids, where you shoot asteroids into pieces until they are all gone. That is the gist of the game. It's pretty fun. Well, if you know how to shoot things, of course. I am obviously having difficulties. Donkey Kong. Now here's an all-time classic. Honestly, despite the fact that Kong looks like a gingerbread man and that 2 of the levels are missing from the arcade version, this port is fine. There's really not much to complain about here. Speaking of famous arcade games ported to the Atari, here comes Pac-Man. And yeah, it looks barely like the arcade original. This was actually the best-selling game for the Atari 2600. Pac-Man was a phenomenon at the time, and this port does play reasonably well despite the graphics. Doesn't prevent me from sucking at it though. Boxing, one of the several sports games released for the 2600. If you could not tell, this is in fact a top-down perspective. That's why me and the opponent look like black and white crabs, but you know, it is what it is. Honestly, I'm not very good at this game. Sporadically, I get pretty good at it for like 5 seconds, but most of the time I suck. Then again, that's just me with any other sports game. Speaking of, the Activision Decathlon, another sports game. In this game, you partake in the events of the decathlon, much like the title of the game would suggest. Here's the first event, the 100-meter dash. How would you dash? That's how. Chuck Norris Super Kicks, where you play as Chuck Norris. I am not making this up. But yeah, so here we are. We have 2 paths to take. How about we take the left one? Ooh, I guess we're fighting a guy now. What is this, Pokemon? Okay, just gotta kick him. What the fuck? What? I can't seem to land a hit on him. Nothing I'm doing is working, and there's not really many options to try considering all I have is a joystick and 1 button. Ah, shit, I'm dead. Well, I guess we can go to the right path to see what changed. What the hell is this? What am I stuck on? Did the grass kill me? Did I just get killed by the fucking grass? Jesus. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Now this game right here needs the manual, otherwise you'll have no idea what you're doing. Like, where am I? What are these holes? Why is it difficult to get out of them? Why is the man in the hat from Curious George coming after me? Who is this other guy? Are these Reese's Pieces? You have a lot of questions that most of them will only be answered if you read the manual. The other games you can get by without reading it, but it was that era of gaming where the manual was essential to understanding what was going on. I cannot make this game look good, so I'm gonna cut straight to the chase. This game is noted as the icon of the video game crash of 1983. But like I said, I'm not here to talk about the history. I'm here to talk about the games. So let's move on. Pitfall! Now here's another notable game. Now I do not know much about this game other than the basics, but one thing I do know is that you can actually go to the left of the screen instead of the right, making it easier for you to jump over the barrels. Thanks a lot, 8-Bit Guy, for teaching me this information. Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, where you shoot a bunch of AT-ATs until they go kaboom. Over. And over. And that's the gist of the whole experience. Nothing else to see here, why even bother? Next game, Missile Command. Final game I'll be covering today. So basically you gotta stop these missiles from hitting your fortresses? Small cities? I don't know. Anyways, the point is, you gotta protect them from the missiles about to be launched on them. And how you stop the missiles? Simple. By launching missiles at said missiles. Kaboom! But yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I could talk a lot more about the various other games released by this console, but honestly I think it's best to call it quits here. My goal with these videos is to just give you a small glance into whatever I'm talking about, like in this case a 2600. And I want to keep the videos under 10 minutes long, because if I go any further than that, I start to stretch myself way too thin. And you know, I'm just here to give you a small glance, just so if you want, you can see if you're interested in it or not. And if you are, well, you look up more about it yourself. That's pretty much what it boils down to. Anyways, thank you very much. Have a good night.